Clark baseball team set a record for wins in the season last year. The Cougars are already halfway to breaking that mark. And what are we, 2 weeks into the season? Really about 2 weeks into the season. The Cardiac Cougars at home today taking on Fitchburg State. Top of the 5th, 3-3 game. Fitchburg 2-on-2 out. Billy Duffy popping out from his catcher's position. Fires to Adam Chortrek. Out at first. They nail the runner, and that ends the inning. That is good, solid defensive play. Top of the 6th. Brendan Cudahy, former Leominster standout, tattoos one to the base of the wall in right. And Cudahy is on his horse and in standing with a double. Brandon Lefevre, another former Leominster standout, pokes one into left. Derek Lefevre, former St. John standout, no relation, with a great running catch. Cudahy tagging and scoring. It is a 4-3 Fitchburg State lead. Nathan Littman rockets one down the line. Cooper Bigelow, the former St. Bernard standout, coming in to score. 5-3 Fitchburg State. RBI double for Littman. Still in the 6th. Sean Mackey turns on one, stings it through the hole in short. Andrew Curry scores. Littman coming home. He dives across safely. Falcons have a 7-3 lead, but Clark comes all the way back. A dramatic come-from-behind win for the Cougars. 8-7 is your final. The Harvard hockey team won the Bean Pot this year. They won the ECAC regular season and tournament championship, and now the Crimson have their eyes on hockey's biggest prize, a national championship. The associate head coach of Harvard is former Holy Cross head coach Paul Pearl. He'll be behind the bench with the Crimson this weekend as they start that journey, taking on Providence College tomorrow at 4 in the afternoon in the first round of the East Regional. Pearl has been enjoying the season.
It's all fun everywhere, you know, and coaching hockey's coaching hockey, and players are players. I love the kids at Holy Cross. I love my time at Holy Cross. I love the place. I graduated there. The place is unbelievable. And I love Harvard, too. It's been a lot of fun, and you know, this is a great group of kids to work with.
Pearl's in charge of the 4th best power play unit in the country. Their success is a big reason why Harvard is one of the top scoring teams in the nation. Head coach Ted Donato knows how valuable the Holy Cross alum is.
With it, you know, 2 groups. They're both have been highly productive. We put in a good amount of time in practice. You know, there's a really an excellent utilization of the talent that's out there. So, you know, we have 2 groups that compete with each other. I think Coach Burrell makes great adjustments, both you know, in game and you know, in practice. So, you know, it's been an important part for us, and I think he does a tremendous job with it, and he finds a way to utilize the talents and the strengths of the players that we have there.
And again, Harvard will take on Providence tomorrow at 4 in the afternoon at the Dunkin' Donuts Center in the first round of the East Regionals. Harvard, the #1 seed in the East region. Well, the Holy Cross football team is a couple weeks into spring practice, and while football is certainly a team sport, spring football practices are more about individual improvement.
I want to make sure every player gets better from a mental and physical standpoint. You know, it's really hard to really determine how well you're progressing on each side of the ball because you're going against your own team. But if each player gains more experience and is improved both from a mental and physical standpoint by the end of spring, I'm really happy.
And again, Holy Cross has a few more practices, a few more weeks of practices, spring practices, before they conclude things with the spring football game. Well, as we said, this is a big weekend for college hockey teams that are still alive in the NCAA tournament. It's also a big weekend for the Worcester Railers Hockey Club. The Railers have been out scouting college and junior players all season long. They'll be looking in this weekend with a keen eye on the players left in the NCAA tournament and guys that could possibly be in a Railers sweater next season.
This is a very important part and integral part of our scouting schedule because our coach and GM, Jamie Russell, is out at multiple tournaments throughout the past 2 weeks and will continue to do so this weekend and the following weekend up through the Final Four. So he spent the weekend up in Canada with the CIS finals, and we'll come back down and do a little more NCAA scouting this weekend in Manchester and Providence. So certainly, scouting out prospects that he's been keeping tabs on all year.
And again, the Railers will be keeping a keen eye on the tournament, as will we, rooting for the Harvard Crimson and Paul Pearl, just a great guy. Great coach when he was here at Holy Cross, great guy when he was here at Holy Cross, and he's the same guy now that he's with Harvard, one of the top teams in the country. And maybe some of those former Harvard, some of those guys on the Harvard team now will play with the Worcester Railers or someone out there. Certainly the Railers are going to have a good roster next year when they open up at home on October the 14th. It's going to be a fun time in the city with professional hockey back.
It's going to be great to have it back. I feel like it's been so long.
Yeah, and it really hasn't been that long, but it shows you what great hockey fans we have here, that it feels like it's been this great long break in between professional hockey teams. But I know that the people of Worcester are going to be excited with this Railers Hockey Club, and they're doing it the right way. Cliff Rucker, their president and is just done a phenomenal job to put his fingerprints all over Worcester with just constructing the new hockey rinks downtown and some of the new apartment buildings and the Railers bar that's going to be there for the Railers Hockey Club season ticket holders. What they're doing is really building kind of a buzz in the city and bringing people on board, so it's a whole social thing, that it's not just you go and follow the hockey team and that's it, but it's a place to get together and share, your common bond of love of hockey.
Looking forward to it, and the facility's coming along nicely, so hopefully
Yeah.
it'll be done in time.
Oh, it'll be great. Hopefully we'll be out there for one of the first skates. I want Mizey in net. I'm going one-on-one with Myers. Lindquist can do the play-by-play.
Thanks, Kevin. For Kevin, Shea, I'm Catherine Andrioli. Thanks for watching Worcester News Tonight. We'll see you back here tomorrow.